Hello, my babies. Happy New Year, and welcome to another end of year special of Ask Me About K-Pop. I'm just popping in here to say that I made a tiny recording mistake, so the first couple minutes of this episode don't sound the best, but it does clear up. So hang in. I promise the rest of the episode sounds nice, like usual. So please stick around for the tradition. Yusong, yay! End of year. Love you. Bye. Hello and welcome to Ask Me About K-Pop, the essential guide for recent converts and seasoned fans alike. My name is Shannon.
And I'm Angelica.
And tradition continues, y'all. We love tradition on this podcast, and they just get more epic with every passing year because we stick to the tradition. It's time to pick our top 15 tracks of the year. And as always, we couldn't do it without the help of our best boy, Yusong Liu. Come on the podcast right now. Let's go.
Wow. Thanks for having me on as always. I feel a great amount of pressure and responsibility. And I'm honored. I'm honored to be here. I ask that my choices be received with patience and understanding. Because, look, Sana's still really cool, it's like she's kind of killing it lately. So I ask that, everyone be a little patient with my extreme biases. No pun intended.
Well, it's an honor to have you here, and we always have to bring you in order to provide like a little bit more equilibrium to our biases. So we welcome your biases because they're very different from ours, which
Perfect.
often overlap.
Yeah. This is an interesting year. I'm the only one.
I know.
As always.
How are we feeling, y'all? I'm upset.
I really stressed over these choices, and then when
My
I
heart's
went to
beating
do,
really hard.
and then when I went to do the tally, I realized that I screwed this one up this year because there were so many artists that we love that did multiple releases, and y'all picked the same songs and I picked the other one, and I threw off the whole, it would have been a whole bunch of blowouts, but I picked the wrong song, and then now it's all jumbled.
Ooh, okay. I'm really intrigued to discuss that more with specifics as we
Yes.
get through our
Our countdown, because for one of our favorites, I made a last minute change out this morning because I had prepared all of this last week when we
Right.
did our other two. So I had my 15 down. And then yesterday,
Oh my God.
I was listening through my playlist and I literally changed everything except for the top 3 songs.
Oh my God.
I not necessarily subbed out, but rearranged and did sub in a couple occasions, and I was just like, what am I doing? Why did I do this to myself?
It's so tough. I think maybe you should just have me on the B-sides episode, because I was listening to the B-sides episode, and some of these songs that I've picked, I was like, well, I'm picking this for the era, which I don't even know if that's fair. If we're ranking it on the single alone, or damn, this album was incredible, and it would be a huge disservice not to talk about how good it was.
Yeah, so are you saying some of your choices you picked as representative, not necessarily because the title track itself was the best, but because it represents the whole album and era for that group?
That is a perfect interpretation of the grunts and sounds that I just made.
That's what I'm here for. Translation. I think that's fair. That's fair
Okay.
criteria, I think. I think so. I struggled with that too, of how do I decide? Because I think my initial ranking was based on my gut favorites, what I listened to the most. And so then this week when I was mulling, stressing over everything, I was like, but are they good songs?
Yes.
Yeah.
The grand label of top
Yeah.
of 2021.
Similarly, I think I was feeling very guilty about my rankings because, as we've discussed in all of our end of the year episodes so far, with the exception of like A-Pink, every single group that I like stan hard came back this year.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I was really overwhelmed. But when I started ranking the songs, a lot of those fave comebacks were not in the tops. And I was like, but the songs that I put up there were like songs that like every time they came on this year, like, oh, I love this song. And so I felt
Yes.
like that had to outrank it because we're choosing the best songs. And if I revisit this playlist in 5 years, what were the songs that I listened to and loved the most this year? But it makes me feel bad because like the people I love the most might not have made it to the top because of those reasons.
But I think that that's also fair criteria because I took that into consideration too of like some of my last minute choices or like changes were based on when I put all of these songs on a playlist and just shuffle it, which are the songs that make me like stop and be like, this song, or like, you know what I mean? Like which ones have a moment that make me just be like, oh my God, listen to that. Like no matter what it is that I'm doing. And that's why I had to change some of them. At the very end, I was like, oh no, but this song. So whatever, let's just see what we picked.
I don't think that it's a bad list. I think
there
it's
were
a good...
no bad choices.
There were
Let's
no
just get
bad
that out of the way
choices.
now.
Yeah.
In addition to like one of the reasons I feel the most guilty is because all of my favorites came back multiple times, I didn't pay any attention to people I didn't already know about. You know what I mean? So like if I didn't already care about you, you're probably not on this list. And that doesn't mean that you weren't good. I like feel bad for not having a lot of variety, I guess. I feel like sometimes our end of the year lists end up having people that are like random, you know, outliers of like, oh, I don't usually listen to their music, but like they made it onto the top because of this one song. And like, I'm sure there were small groups that had really good songs this year, but I probably didn't pay attention to you.
I think to that point, like I had two thoughts going into this year and picking out some of my favorite songs. One was like, a lot of these songs are just like comfort picks. Like I didn't explore a lot of new artists either, whether it was because of the sheer volume of album releases or just because like, well, the world, you know, is,
everything's awful. Let's go where it's safe. Like
so yeah, I picked a lot of comfort things, and also like something that's like kind of contradictory to that. Maybe they can coexist side by side. Is the idea like my life has felt like really samey this year, like being inside, and you know, it's felt a little monotonous, and don't get me wrong, that's very privileged to be able to say that, but I was like, if I started listening to a song and I was like, this sounds too similar to something else, I just turned it off. Because I was like, you know what? Everything else is monotonous enough. I need something to make me stop. You know? Yeah.
Yes, I had to kind of weigh those two. I think those two truths can exist at the same time. Because, like, I wanted things that felt comforting and safe and familiar. And I think I got that from these artists that I've, like, been a fan of for so long. But then I also, when I was listening through my, like, main, like, list of all the titles I paid attention to this year, I was like, does this sound like something else? And is that a reason why it shouldn't make the list? Like, is this reminding me of too many other things? Or like, are there a lot of other songs that sound kind of like this one? I don't know. There's too many factors.
Too many factors, so much to consider.
In this very important decision we make, which has very high stakes.
Yeah, TMZ's going to have a field day with some of the choices that we made. It's we've got the public eye on us, you know?
Yeah, we're about to create some waves in the community, let me tell ya.
Well, should we just get into it?
Yeah, let's do
Please.
it. Let's rip this Band-Aid off.
All right, so we have like basically we just have a whole bunch of ties here from like 15 through 7 is just like a whole bunch of triple way ties.
Okay, honestly, good, because I was thinking before we even started this, I was like, I'm going to make 2 playlists this year, like one that has our top 15 and then one that's just unabridged of everything we voted
picked.
for.
Yeah.
And since there's so many ties anyway.
And I'm confident that both of those playlists are going to be really good, you know?
Absolutely,
For all
they
the
will be
struggle
very
and strife we
But that also reminds me that before we get into it, we always, as per tradition, get a runner-up pick each, something that didn't make it into the top 15, but we like must insist upon anyway.
Has to be honored.
And I will go first because I had like a very strong reaction. I'm probably just like overtired and holidays in this goddamn year. But when I saw that this song had just not made it, I like got teary and was like, no, like I was upset. So my choice is After Midnight by Astro. I can't believe it didn't get there, but like, oh, I loved this song so much. Like, again, with our like disco year, it was one of the most pure disco tracks that we got this year. And like Moonbin just looked amazing in the music video with his arms out and his little smirky and his dancey. And like, I haven't liked an Astro comeback in a while. So it was also really exciting to be like, yay, an Astro comeback that I could really stand behind. And I listened to it so much, and it's so groovy and booty shaky, and I just really liked it. And I was so sad it didn't make the cut.
I'm so sorry it didn't, because I think that's my fault. That was one of my last minute changes that I made. I like dropped it down on the list because I really, really liked it. But ultimately, like we were just talking about, I was like, I really like this song, but I think it sounds too much like other songs that already like it's not rewriting anything. So I'm gonna like. So it still made my list. I gave it 1 point.
It was my 5, I think, my 5th choice. So it like made my top 5.
Oh, it was like all the way at the top. Okay, mine was in the bottom, but still a good song. Good song.
Still a good song. Good Astro.
Good Astro. Here's looking forward to more good Astro in 2020.
Yes, there we go. There we go. Yusong, any thoughts about Astro After Midnight, or no? It's okay if you don't.
I gotta work on my arms is the only thought that I have. Should I do my silver?
Please do.
Please do.
Love to hear it.
Look. Have I just been going around my apartment with my hands above my head going SOS for this kitty all day? Yeah. I'm upset that I'm upset that Itzy's Loco didn't make it on there.
That's a very good choice.
Makes you feel confident when you listen to it. What unbelievable charisma this group has. You're looking forward to the next year. It's so good. It's so good.
I totally agree. I really, really, this was my favorite Itzy comeback too. And I thought about putting it on my list, but it ended up not making my top 15 because I just didn't listen to it that often. So it wasn't at the forefront of my brain. But when this came out, like, and I watched one of their first stages, I think I talked about it on the podcast. It like made me like emotional because I thought of like the 12-year-old me that would have loved everything about it. Like the costumes, the like styling of the music, the like crazy rock guitar in it. Like I thought it was so fun. And I thought it was such a better evolution of Itzy's sound than Mafia. Like Mafia kind of went in a different direction, but I thought that this one, Loco, fit like Icy and Not Shy a lot better for me.
Yeah,
I liked it too. It was a good song.
Angelica?
My turn. Okay, so my choice was easy as soon as this came out, which was literally like 3 days ago. I immediately, like, my heart broke because I was like, why would you release this now? Like, my lists are already done. Anyway, it's Who Are You by Bam Bam featuring Sulgi. only reason this this isn't in my top 15 is because it came out 3 fucking days ago. And it would have been everywhere, all over my list. But choreography, music video, top song, stunning concept. Like, it's absolutely beautiful. The whole music video, like, the visual motif is mirrors. So Bam Bam and Seulgi are like a reflection of each other. They have like 5 different matching outfits. They have matching manicures. Matching manicures. And there's multiple shots in the music video where they like go like this with their hands, like specifically to be like, our nails match. And the choreography is so beautiful. It's a perfect partner dance. And like the way it cuts between the different scenes, it's stunning. It's beautiful performance art. I loved it so much. And it would have been in my like top 5 for sure, but it came in too late. So, alas, Bam Bam and Seulgi, please go watch it.
Oh, I love a partner dance where people actually touch. It's like a requirement. It like makes the dance better. You have to touch each other. Sorry.
Yes, and this is a really good like. The choreography is a really good combination of like contemporary style and like ballroom almost. Like there's some like actual like partner moves. It's not just like a modern dance where they're like dancing together or whatever. But the song itself, even when you just listen to it without the visuals, is also really beautiful. Their harmonies are lovely. It has a gorgeous, like, I think it's a guitar, if I'm remembering it correctly. It's like kind of soft. And there's like his main voice, and then hers is like up at the top, and then there's a really quiet bass line, like so low underneath all of it, and it's so beautiful.
Wonderful.
So that's my pick.
Great. Way too late.
One of the only choices I was 100% sure of today.
All right. That's good. Okay. All right. It's time to get into this. So we have a 3-way tie at the end. So I don't know which is to like 15, 15, and 15, not 15, 14, 13. I don't know, I guess, because I don't know which one to say first, because they're all, the point is these next 3 all have the same point total because they are our 3, like number 4 choices or something. I don't know. Like we all got our something on here. Okay, so in 15th place, we have Atlantis by Shiny. So this was me making the wrong choice. Both of you are, I didn't pick Don't Call Me. I picked Atlantis. I don't know.
This was one of my last minute switches.
Okay.
I knew that this is it because I had Atlantis at first. I had it like in my top 5. And then I was listening, like Don't Call Me is a song that makes me stop. And I think what initially made me choose Atlantis was that Don't Call Me was kind of controversial and people either loved it or they hated it. There was no in between.
Right.
But as I've been listening to it the past couple of weeks, I think the split decision part of it comes completely from the visuals. Like when you take the visuals of the music video and some of the styling choices away and you just listen to the song, it like blew me away so much more than Atlantis. Like Atlantis feels like a very good but like classic Shiny song, and I felt like Don't Call Me had elements that like pushed it more for me.
No, but
I love Atlantis. It's really so good.
Reasoning. See, I had initially last night, I had both Atlantis and Don't Call Me on my list. And Don't Call Me was further down than Atlantis, like just because I was like, I don't know, because of weird gut feelings that are a safe choice, that like Atlantis is more classic Shiny sound, and like I don't feel like I have to defend it. Like I don't have to defend Atlantis because it sounds like Shiny, and you don't have to like argue with somebody about why it's fine. Yeah. You know, like it's the controversy around Don't Call Me that like made me hesitant. But then I thought, oh, I shouldn't do 2. Like I did in other groups, I picked one song. So like I should pick one SHINee song, and I'm gonna keep the one I ranked higher and make room for something else by getting rid of Don't Call Me, was like my rationale.
I think that's fair.
You know how like the UN just has like panels where experts talk about something? That's what I feel like I'm listening to right now. It's just like basking in the knowledge of SHINee fans. I was like just happy because I knew that SHINee had a lot of re-releases and that you both are big SHINee fans. So I don't have much to say on this, but I'm glad that there's adequate SHINee representation on this list.
There's so much good SHINee representation on this list. SHINee is like most of my top 5.
Yeah.
For
But
sure.
like, yeah, but truly, like, Atlantis gave me one of a very rare sight, a blonde Mino forever in a music video once again. Like, that's always really good. And it's like I love when they're cozy sweater jean boys, and like the music, the underwater convenience store was like a fun motif. I don't know. I think there's lots of reasons to like Atlantis.
I totally agree. The music video is cute. The visuals are great between sweater boys at the convenience store and like princes under the sea. The choreography is so smart and like detailed, the way that they like fish at different points. And then I think one of the best parts of Atlantis, and I don't even know if this is on purpose, but it's like an English homophone where you like hear the Korean line and it sounds like deeper than your ocean, deeper than emotion. But the only parts that are in English are ocean and emotion. Like the deeper than parts is actually something in Korean. And I think that's so fucking clever. I don't know if it's on purpose, but it's great.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Also love Mino saying Atlantis.
Atlantis!
That's a very fun one to say.
Yeah.
So while we're on this topic, in next 14th, 15th time place is SHINee Don't Call Me.
Oh, no way!
Yes. Because we both ranked it in the exact same spot. So, like, that's...
Okay. So, okay. Yes, so this is me. This is me getting this on here. Okay, I put Don't Call Me as my number 4 choice. Yeah.
Atlantis was my 4 too.
I originally had Atlantis in that spot, and I changed it for Don't Call Me because, like, when I just listened to it, it's so grand, like the vocals in the song and the way it builds, and the piano is like so good, and the attitude in it is so biting, and like sick of all your trash is amazing. And that's like one of those songs that I've said this a lot, like most of my choices came from like if I was like cleaning or doing something, and like this was a song that made me always stop and be like, nah. Like, especially at the end when it's just like Taemin being so bad, etc.
No, it was such a moment. This SHINee comeback was such a great way to like start the year.
Yeah,
I live for SHINee comebacks, and like it was different. And like, you know, we could argue all day about if it was too much noise music and if they're trying too hard to be new or whatever.
That's why this is my argument against that.
Let's
because
go.
That's the main criticism, and that is why I didn't initially put it on my list. This is why I had Atlantis on it in the first place. So everybody kept saying this is noise music. No, it's not. Like, it's actually not noisy at all. The main instrument in this song is a piano, and there is no point in this music where they have like whatever,
or
like they have no sound. Yeah, and there's no yelling aside from the sick of all your trash. It's constant like harmonies, and the like main part of the chorus too, it's not an anti-chorus, it's a real chorus, and the main backing of it is them saying don't call me in like 3-part harmonies. So get the fuck out of here with your noise music. It's not noise music. It was in a noise music background, but when you take the visuals away from it, it is an incredible, like powerful, like slamming on the piano pop song.
Yes, and it's perfect
That's
in
what
the
I had to say
canon
about Don't
of
Call Me.
Shiny. Like the group that performed Lucifer, how dare you deny them their loud drama?
And also Lucifer is like noisy. Don't Call Me doesn't have one stitch of auto-tune in it. Not one. Except for the recording at the beginning that's like, I promise to tell the truth. I promise to tell the truth. And like, no.
True.
It's not noisy.
A wonderful defense.
Yes.
Okay, did we have a three-way tie in this position? What's
We sure
Yusong's
did.
choice?
So Yusong's fourth place choice and therefore
What did you
number
bring to the
13
table?
is BB Eat My Love.
Ooh.
Okay. 1, Queen. 2, I love BB so much. I don't know. This song like catches your ear because they do this thing where the snare drum kind of sounds like half drum, half clap. And like a lot of songs do this, but I felt like I hadn't heard it in a while, so I was like, I'm totally on board. And it was just like such like a light, refreshing bop, you know? And so ever since I found BB, I'm like, damn, she rocks. She also put out another like song that was basically like a Drake song this year. I think it was I can't remember the name of it, but I listen to it all the time, which makes me feel like I'm a fake fan. But I don't know. It's been a good year for BB, so I'm glad that this made it on the list.
Yeah, I loved this one because like I think Petition for Disco playlist, if it's not on there already, it like might be a little more like lighter, but I think the hand clappy drum could be an argument. We did a whole episode with disco like it was a math formula. So anyway,
I literally wrote down BB love
eat
disco
my love.
question mark. I'll look it up and listen later.
But
I have not heard this song.
It's very, very fun. It's very, very fun. It's got that kind of light, airy Doja Cat Taeyeon Weekend
Yes.
kind of
Okay, fun.
vibe,
Yeah.
which is not usually her vibe. So that's also really fun.
Yep.
And that the music video has like a teddy bear and is it a rabbit? Just like dancing in a little like crystal, like a snow globe. And she's like got piggy tails and like, I don't know, she's doing her like cutesy BB thing as opposed to her scary BB thing, even though she's really good at both.
Yeah.
So I'm very glad that this made it onto the list because I feel like every year there's been a BB because of Yusong and it makes me feel cool. I said that last year that I feel like it elevates the cool factor of our podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Absolutely.
I love to be the contrarian for the oh, you've never heard of it? Yeah. Character. And then just pick twice songs for the rest of my list. But anyway, yeah.
We need that too.
Yeah.
Okay, well, next up is again a three-way tie of all of our
God.
third place choices because we didn't agree on any of them, but they got the same point total. So I guess we'll go in the same order as last time so that it's fair. So my number 15, 14, 13, my number 3 choice was Weekly After School. And I know I'm not alone in liking this song. It was one of the like biggest songs of the year and it ended up on a lot of lists, but I enjoyed it so much. Like I love when K-pop is joyful. I like need my joyful K-pop and like I don't know, maybe in a trauma response to this being inside for 2 years and about to be turning 34 or whatever, I feel like I was connecting to girl group music that made me feel young.
Sure.
Like about them being like, well, I'm in high school and I don't care about like anything because I'm young and I don't know.
Right.
Like I wanted to like
Yeah.
relate to that.
Take me back to that time in my
Please.
life.
So this sweet song about like when we skateboard together after school, I just want to spend more time with you because like, ooh, I have a crush on you. Like it's just so sweet. And it has one of my absolute favorite lyrical syncopations of like maybe ever in K-pop when they go, 우리 스케이트보드 skateboard. Skateboard has that many consonants and they bounce every one of them on a note and it's genius. I love it. And
Yeah, I remember the choreography to this being really, really cute. And they always had skateboards with them on stage on the music shows. And
Yeah, it
was
kind
adorable.
of reminded
it was,
me
so
of like
fresh.
Yeah, it reminded me of like early 17.
I was
when
going to
they would
say,
do
we
that.
compared
like,
it, I think, to Snapshoot. Like, it had the same kind of, like, fun energy of Snapshoot, but also in the early 17 days of, like, them making
when they
cute,
do
like,
the little skits, like
Yeah,
in the
yeah, yeah.
choreography in little groups. I feel
Yes.
like After School had similar
because they have a
vibes.
similar number of members, don't they?
I think so.
Yeah.
I
So they
mean, a
can
lot.
have, like, you know,
Mhm.
stations.
Mm-hmm.
Vignettes.
Yes. But yeah, I loved this one. It was a song that every time it came on, I just like turned it up a little bit louder to like enjoy it more. And big part of my year, loved it. Joyful. Thank you, Weekly.
Nice.
All right. So then our next tied spot goes to Angelica, and you chose Taemin, Advice.
Timmy and I feel like will always be in my top 3 if he puts something out. Like I feel like
Yes.
it's inevitable. I can't deny him. And this song was so great. Like I was in looking at most of my choices in both B-sides and titles, like very much drawn to anything that had dramatic ass piano in it. And this has such good piano in it. And I just love the way he like throws his voice around on this track. Like he makes it sound so different in so many places. And it's really like biting. Like he's not concerned with sounding pretty on this song at all. And I think that works really well for it. And then like we were talking about with Strings on the B-side episode, that female voice that is with, and do we know who it is in this one?
No.
Oh
we
no,
have
Boa
no-
was on
like,
Idea.
Yeah, we never
I think this, Advice,
no
we also
official
don't know who it
credits.
is. But whoever she is, she like we said with Strings, like without that piece of it, the song would be missing something. She like really takes it over. And this is just such a good song. It's so great. The choreography was amazing. I can always picture it in my head. It was like such a good final thing for him to like leave on.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you look at like Don't Call Me and Advice and like Bad Love, there's such great overlaps in like style or attitude or just that like shininess of
Yes.
it all. And I loved it. Timmy Advice.
I didn't pick this song, but I like this song. And however, as I was picking other songs on this list, I was like, Taemin ran so that this artist could walk. So I truly feel like he influenced so much in the last few years. So yeah, I'm so happy this made it onto the list.
Yeah, I had to think about it really hard, and I feel like the reason that this didn't make it on is that like when we did our Taemin retrospective and like watched all of his music videos in a row, I really loved this as a like wrap up to this pre-military era of Taemin or whatever, and like sort
Totally.
of closing the storyline of his stuff. But when I look at the album, like as a whole, it might be my least favorite song on the album. There's so
Sure.
many really good songs on that album that like as songs I like more than Advice. And so since this is a title track thing, that's like why it didn't make it. But like as a piece, as an ending of like, oh man, it was very good for like the oeuvre of Taemin or whatever.
Oh yeah, For
Yeah.
sure. For sure.
Okay, so next up is Yusong's number 3 pick, which was Baekhyun Bambi.
Oh.
All right, let me just get this out of the way. I've never been more jealous of another human male in my life. dude can sing so well. I love everything about this because it's like unique and original, and he's dancing not to accent beats, but just dancing along to the melody of the guitar, like
Yes.
and
his
that,
own smooth runs. Like,
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
and that we just don't see a lot. I'm angry. I'm angry thinking about it, dude. I'm so jealous. This is such a good song. What an incredible song. I
Did
just
you
love
listen
everything
to the
about
rest
it.
of this EP?
No, I didn't. This is
Oh
one
my
of those.
God, you hate him now. You should listen to the rest of it. Are you kidding me? This is just the tip of the iceberg, quite literally.
I've added
Please
myself as
listen
a
to the
fake
rest.
fan. Here's the thing. I think this is my formula. If I like the single, I'll just listen to the single. If I don't like the single, I'm like, there must be something good on the B-sides, and then I'll like dig into the B-sides. So okay,
That's
yeah.
so backward. That's so opposite to what I do. I can't even relate.
Yeah, no, I definitely have some blind spots with everything that I've picked, but like I appreciate it, and I'm gonna listen and just get very angry and very relaxed this afternoon.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be both of those.
It'll
things.
go with the LA with the rain you're having right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah.
Like very well.
Very good
Very
mood
well.
music.
Yeah, props to Baekhyun for wearing like a hat in this music. The hat in the music video is like very I don't know. Not shocking, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It was a statement. It was something.
Mm-hmm.
And the like implied smoking,
Yeah.
which he was like, it was really cold. Okay. And then you have
Whatever.
you know over here like sucking down a cigarette like his
And,
life
like,
depends on it.
And this crackle of the cigarette is like so loud in the audio. Yeah. Come on. Let's be honest here,
Yeah,
people.
please. Anyway, good song. Very good song.
Wonderful choice. Okay, we are moving on. So the 10th place is a true 10th place. There were no other ties finally. But I am the only person who voted for this song. And that is CIX Cinema. This was a really early release, early February, so it was a big part of my year. But it is just, it's just a beautiful song. It's just a beautiful song. I feel like all of the melody choices are just so lovely, and that it starts really simple with just like a da-dum da-dum guitar for that first verse, and then it kind of like bursts into the ooh, and like when they would spin in the choreo, and like I don't know, it's just very like joyful and light, and like the kind of pretty romantic perfect boy band music that I love. Like I don't know, it just gave me absolutely everything I want out of like a boy group release, and I listen to it so much.
This is a fun summer bop, even though it came out like before that I'm
Yeah.
realizing, because as I was listening back to this, I was like, dude, fun summer bop that I didn't listen to that much during the summer, but it's really good.
Yeah, I feel like so many songs this year we've been able to describe as like light and airy and like joyful, which is so nice. Like it was such a refreshing trend.
Yeah. So, CIX Cinema, really glad you made the list because I loved it. Okay, next up in 8, we have a tie for 9th place.
Okay.
It's both of y'all's first place.
Oh.
Because like this is the way the voting gets so weird, because there are
Yeah.
songs that all of us gave like put low but combined. Oh, that puts
Right.
them high.
Yeah.
Right.
So our first number 9 is Twice, The Feels.
Let's go. Okay. What an era for Twice. Not, like, oh, it's good. It's good. It's good. Not only that, like, is it fair to talk about this song in the context of the Scientist album? Is that fair?
Why not?
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Because
so.
Truly a great evolution of Twice in the B-sides. Are you kidding me? Cruel. What an incredible B-side bop. Are you
Yes.
kidding me? Hello?
So
With just
good.
lead rapper Momo coming back. Not really, but she's just dropping bars in Hello. And also they do so many, like, it's fun to finally get to see Twice do Itzy in the B-sides of a Twice album. So yeah, the single, I'm like, it's good. B-sides, I'm like, oh my god, this is my universe. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, Twice really ruled the year with their B-sides and also this wouldn't have been a tie if I shouldn't have. What would have happened if I had left my original rankings? Why did I change? Okay, whatever. I had the feels on my original list and I swapped it for another Twice song that maybe didn't even make the list. But
It did, don't worry.
oh yes, okay,
God.
but
Yeah, because I got thoughts on
yeah,
We'll get there.
I thought about, I had the feels on my list too, but I ultimately swapped it out because I gave it my best English song of the
In a
year
previous,
award.
yesterday's,
last
week's
episode.
episode.
Yeah.
Yesterday's.
But I love that song, and I feel like Twice, like in the B-sides of both of their releases, like showed, like you were saying, the evolution of Twice. Because like on the Taste of Love, we have B-sides that are written almost entirely by different members, and then on Formula, then we get like the little unit tracks and whatever. And I didn't love Hello, even though Nayeon is on it and I love her. I was like, I don't like the way you say like something about getting lit. I don't know. There's
Liddy. It's
Liddy.
Right.
Yeah, I was
yeah.
like, no,
I'm like-
Momo.
I'm a conscious
No.
objector to the use of Liddy, but you know, like we carry on, you know.
But Hello is the only song Twice put out this year that I didn't like. That's of all their tracks, that's the only one that I'm like, But yeah, I agree. They had such a good year.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next number 8 choice, I was looking at the columns wrong. It's not your number 1, Angelica. It's my number 1. And that is Stacy ASAP.
I think you're really cool.
I really struggled to pick between Stacy songs, between ASAP and Stereotype. Because like Stereotype is very, very good. But again, I had more time with ASAP, so I was more attached to it. And I think that's like how it had to work out. But once again, similar reasoning to After School. This is my playful, fun, girly girl music. But this song felt unique to me. Like it felt really interesting because it's like extremely simple.
Yes.
There's just like the main verse is like literally like just a trap drum and they're like singing over it. And then they do this soaring, beautiful chorus that like there was a MR removed version of it that was going viral on TikTok that was just the one girl like belting that chorus with like a slight reverb behind it and nothing else, and like, oh, it pierces your soul. And then after that part you get a fun like little anti-chorus that had like the cutest little like dance to it. I don't know, I just thought as a whole package it was just like a perfect little song, and the whole country of South Korea agreed with me because this song was on the Melon chart like the whole year.
Oh yeah, people loved this.
I was one.
Both Stacy songs that were on this list were just incredibly fun songs. Like never a bad time listening to either of them. You know? Yeah.
So there you go. All right. Now we are getting into everything from now on. More than one of us put in points for, and we have a couple of songs. I think last year we only had one song we all agreed on. This
Right.
year we have 3 songs we all agreed on.
Incredible.
Wow.
All right, so in in 7th place we have Purple Kiss with Zombie.
I 깜짝이야. No wonder. Don't tell us like a fire. All around that just 너무 지쳐 like a zombie. 해 뜨기 전에 아야야야해 아야해 끼리끼리 놀아 숨을 잡기를 시작해봐.
This is me and Angelica, right?
Yes.
I think. Okay. Wow. In my very cowardly foray into new groups, Purple Kiss is definitely a highlight. Just like, I don't know. I just like seeing them perform. I think they're all really strong performers. Zombie is such like a fun song. It's like a, Halloweeny concept, which I'm not even that big of a fan of, but the music is just, I don't know.
Yeah, the
really like
music
this
is
song.
so fun. And this was one of my, I bumped this one up at the last minute today because in listening to it the past couple days, it's so fun. It's so disco groovy. But what really kills me, like you said, they're really good performers. All of them are such good singers. The dance to this is super fun. I didn't learn it, but I considered learning it.
Sure.
I thought about it for a couple days and then I didn't. But what really sealed the deal for me is in the pre-chorus, there's so many fun vocal moments in the pre-chorus where they're like a fire, and then someone goes fire, and it's like a zombie, bee! And it's so cute. It's so cute. And I just this was a song that I woke up with stuck in my head. It's such an earworm. I love it.
Yes.
I also
Purple Kiss
love
is also one of the only new groups I paid attention to this year.
Just a song moment I like that the part that comes before the I gotcha, where there's da 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 da, but the harmony choice is clashy in a scary way.
Yeah, it's discordant. And then there's also screams in the background.
Yes.
It's so good.
Yeah. Much like Bambi, I was just listening to it and I was like, oh, this is interesting. This is just, it's cool.
Yeah, there's so much going on in it. When you're listening to it with headphones on, I feel like you can really get lost in it.
Yeah, it's a good one. Great job, guys. Great pick. Okay, next up in 6th place, a person who has been talked about a lot on the previous 2 best of episodes, but finally a song we haven't discussed yet. In 6th place, we have Woods with Feel Like.
Yeah.
Yes!
Taman ran so Woods could also shred.
That is so true. That is
It's
so
so good.
true. Yusong, you voted for this too?
I voted for this too. Come on. Give me a deep bass and some sultry vocals and what else? Oh, baby, that's all you need. It's such a satisfying sound to listen to.
Oh,
Love
yeah.
it. Love it.
I
this
totally
made it.
agree. The main line of the chorus where his voice just swoops all
Yeah.
the way up. It's so good.
And the guitar follows with the
yes.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was such a good song, and Only Lovers Left was such a good album that we've talked about it to death. But this
that's
was just
what
a
we
single.
were focused on.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
this came out first.
This came out first, and it's just a single with a B-side, which is also very good. I mentioned it briefly in a previous episode. It's called Touche. Really good. But the guitar in this one seals the deal for me. It's so good and it's so fun. And I feel like Woods, he had another song last summer or the summer before that was a great sort of nasty whistle song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this had the same energy to it. It's good.
It's good.
I like it when Woods has a weird cowboy twang to him that I don't know why. It just he fits for me in a cowboy hat and boots, and I don't know why.
I get it.
But I
get
like
it.
it.
Yeah, we've we are like turning a bunch of people into like Wood stands by accident.
Everybody
because
stand
we
Woods.
we can't talk enough about how good his music is.
Yeah.
It's really good, and we talked so much about the other album, how like he can do so many different things with his voice, and I think like in the same way that Timeen kind of has fun with his voice on Advice, like God, Woods just goes all over the place with his voice in this song in particular too, and like, oh, he's so good.
He's so good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. Moving on to 5th place, a song that all of us put points in for somewhere.
Ooh.
We have Monsta X with Gambler. Wow. What a moment. My Monstas. Honestly, I think that this was a comeback that I, immediately liked, like because I like Monsta X and it was a Monsta X comeback. But as discussed a few episodes ago, seeing this in a movie theater, like, was a god tier experience, core memory. Like this song was experienced differently in a way that I can never go back.
It like soaked into my bones, and I'll never be rid of it now. Like, every time this song comes on now, like since seeing it in theaters, I like stop everything and I'm just like, like I love it so much. This song, like every time I listen to it, I feel like objectively it is a weird puzzle of a song. Like there's different moments that like they're like very different from the rest of the song. Mm-hmm. And I feel like if someone was listening to me just like singing along in my headphones, they'd be like, what the fuck is this? Like, how do these pieces all, like, is this one song? But it's so powerful. Like, the instruments are so powerful. The raps are so fun. The way that Keegan just, like, screams, like, open and let me show, whatever. Like, at the end, I just totally forgot the lyrics. Oh, open my bag, let me show how I bang. The English lyrics are ridiculous. But when he, like, belts it at the end, it's so good.
And Honey's, show me something, girl, you wanna be like, oh my God, it all just, like...
And then that little moment where we like build up to like, she's gone, she's gone, she's gone, and she's gone. yeah, woo! It's so good. All the little hoos are so fun.
I'm such a sucker for this like type of concept visually, like this like suits, gambling, whatever. I know it's been done before. Not only that, I don't think it made the list because I didn't even rank it. But like I use Coin, like both of these are like very similar in a way, like obviously super different because they're different artists, but I'm a sucker for it. Are you kidding? Great song, fun music video, cool experience.
Oh yeah, this is a really fun music video, and the choreography works really well with it. All around great package.
Yeah, and I just love this. I think the evolution of like when they originally debuted Monsta X, they were like trying to pretend that they were like gangsta street boys, and like
that
nobody buys that. But handsome upscale criminals, we can believe that. They've been doing that for a couple of music videos. Like now they're rich guys who do white collar crime.
Right.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Moving on up from the fight clubs. Of Love Killa.
Right.
So good.
To the casinos of Gambler.
The director's cut insider trading edition of the music video is fun. Yeah.
Oh boy. All right. Number 4. Another song that has been I've talked about a lot, but deservedly so. Number 4 is Key, Bad Love. Angelica and I both rated this one quite high.
I gotta listen to it more.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, it is a great song. I feel like we've said so much about it. I mean, we still need to because it's here in this place of honor, 4th place. But like the last 2 best of episodes, we've brought up Key more than once because
Absolutely.
this whole comeback was stunning. The concept was amazing. The whole album was like such a beautiful, like synthy retro, like piece of drama.
Yeah, and he, like we've talked about before, like he just meticulously planned every detail and was able to pull them all off so well. But I think, like, for me, the reason I like, we've talked a lot about the concept and the album as a whole and like all the wonderful B-sides and stuff, but this song on its own, like just listening to it, is a very cool song. It's very unique. It definitely still feels like K-pop, but it's doing something different. And there's a lot of like really great moments in the song that are like the part where he says the bridge of
The thinking about your love now.
yeah. No. Which part?
Not that
Oh
part.
my God, why can't I think of how it goes now? I hate it when this happens. It always happens when we're talking about the song, and then I can just like no longer
Not
hear.
remember
That's
how
what
it
I
goes.
want to say to you. That part. What comes right
I'm
before
not
it?
even
Something-
thinking.
Thinking,
of you.
yes. I'm not even thinking of you. That's what I want to say to you. That part, yes, thank you. And then the like very end where he just like goes off and just like screams, but like it's so wonderful.
Yeah.
He doesn't
I'm-
scream. He hits a very high note, and it's lovely. It does not sound shrill at all.
No, I just really love this current K-pop and I guess Western pop trend if you like think about like The Weeknd. But this taking of 80s sounds, but like having them cranked up to 2021, like you know, like because Bad Love similarly has that same like Michael Jackson rock guitar that like Chaser does, but like in a different kind of way. And yeah, I don't know. It's like it all sounds old, but it also sounds brand new. And it
Yes.
reminds you of something that you can't put your finger on because that something doesn't actually exist. It's just like giving you the same feelings, and it's clever, and I love it.
Yeah. And there's a lot of emotion in his voice in this song, and it's just great.
Love our Key. We love our Key. All right. Third, we're at the third choice, third place.
Here we go.
Something we all voted for once again.
Incredible.
And this is Twice Alcohol Free.
Fuck yes!
That's what you do to me. 나는 alcohol free 근데 취해. 마신 게 나도 없는데. 너와 있을 때마다 이래.
So many people shot on this song. Suck it, all of you.
I mean, I don't. Okay, this might not be. So this is one of the only songs that we have talked about in a text chain outside of this. Like,
True.
we don't. You know, do a lot of like commiseration about what we're gonna vote for. And this is like when this song first came out. This entire album is incredible.
It's so good.
First time conversation, incredible album. This single, I'm just like, thank you for the album. This single, I'm not like head over heels for, but I still think it's a good song. And I was like, this is one of those songs where I was like, this album needs to be talked about. If you haven't listened to it, it's really, really good. This is such an earnest plea to like, jam out to some of the B-sides on this album. It's really, really good.
Oh yeah, the B-sides of this album are so great. Like we said, I think when it came out, the Alcohol Free, the title track, is the only song written by JYP, and all the rest are written by the members.
Yep.
And the rest are like absolutely better songs than Alcohol Free. I completely agree with that. But so many people like were so, when this came out, I feel like I read and saw a lot of criticisms of like it being boring or like it's not fun or like why did they pick this as the title, like blah, whatever. People were being like such Debbie Downers about it. And I was like, this is my song of the summer. Like, talk about light and effervescent and airy. This is so fun. The choreo is amazing. It's just like all chest bounces and
But
like
also
little like wiggly
spins.
steps.
The amount
Yeah.
of spins and head
And the
whoops that they
heads
do, I don't
and
know
the
how they
way-
weren't falling down. Like,
Yeah, it's
the
crazy.
dizziness.
Especially because this is like one of the only choreos this year I actually tried to learn, and it's very fast. Like it's simple, but the way that they have to like change their weight so quickly is very difficult. But even aside from the choreo, like I think the song itself is really fun. It's really pretty. The like long runs that they do, that like they just hold out that note and you think that they're done, and then they do a little ooh at the end, like oh, it's so lovely. And I feel like it sounds exactly like the story it's telling, of like feeling like it's that whole like you go to my head, like, you know, I'm not drunk but I'm drunk on you or whatever, and I feel like it captures that feeling really well.
Plus, I can't think clearly because I've been spinning real fast.
Yeah.
Also, I'm dizzy
Spinning.
from all these spins.
No, I love that you said that, because I made the mistake of listening to the song without the music video as my first experience, and like the visuals are also just like really fun. Like,
yeah.
the story that it tells is way better than just the audio.
Yeah, I love this song because I feel like because of the like flutes in it, it almost sounds like like it should be in a Disney movie. Like if it wasn't a song with so many references to alcohol, I feel like it could have been like in Moana or something. Like it's got that like really
Yes.
fun vibe about it. I don't know.
It always makes me think of the I Dream of Jeannie soundtrack, the I Dream of Jeannie theme song, because it's like the little like do 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 whatever. I just love it. It's very whimsical.
Yes, whimsical. I agree with that.
Twice.
Twice. Okay. Second place.
Dun,
Our
dun, dun,
number
dun.
2 song of 2021.
Did we all vote for it?
No, just 2
Wow.
of us. This was one I messed up. Sunmi, Tail. I picked You Can't Sit With Us. I put You Can't Sit With Us at like 6 or something, and it still didn't make it because y'all picked Tail, which is fine, but I picked the wrong one.
I will say, like, I was listening to this show's B-side episode, and What the Flower is a better song than the single. However,
Absolutely.
this single is still such an undeniable bop. I love Sunmi. She's so cool. I love this song. It's yeah.
She's so cool. She's so cool. This is my song of the year. I think I said that like when it was my number 1 pick. And when we did our awards, it was my top pick for choreography, music video,
Yes.
and female solo. Like I just love everything about this. I watched every performance. I watched like all of the stages. Like, oh my God, the studio chum is flawless. Like I just love it. I love the way that she throws her voice around on the track. Like it's just so fun.
It is just so fun. It's so fun, and it like the way that it Sunmi and Hyuna, maybe it's their Wonder Girl beginning somehow, but both of them are very good at like towing the line of vulgarity. It's like this song is like almost vulgar, but like not. She's just like right on the edge, like a little, like with her little kitty paw. Like the whole thing is like, I don't know. And like they censored the choreo because they clearly was going too far.
The choreo
or
and her
whatever.
outfits.
Wait,
Yeah.
What did they censor? I don't know the lore.
So the original choreography in the second verse, when she sings the line of "I'm not much of a drinker, but I'm a dream girl," so she's sitting on her hot boy dancer. He's the chair,
Yes,
and so
I've
like she
seen this,
sits on
yeah.
him, right? And so if you watch the studio chum, it's the original uncensored choreography. But then on the dance, on the like music shows, he was not allowed to be her chair. So she had to do it with like just the female dancers. And so then she doesn't jump on his lap, like when she like does the moment
The
where
like
she jumps on
boots
his
right
thighs.
onto the thighs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she does the like, ha, ha, and like opens her thighs against him or
Right.
whatever. She was not allowed to do that on the music show.
Can I say this? It's 2021. Men can be chairs. Like,
Thank you. If they want to be chairs, let them be chairs.
Yeah.
He should be honored. He probably was honored to be her chair because he literally allowed her to jump on him with heeled boots on repeatedly.
yeah,
Intense.
that rocks.
I love Sunmi and her hot
Yeah.
boy.
I love that hot boy. I love
I
that
love
hot
that
boy.
hot boy. But yeah, I think you're so right the way it like just toes the line of being vulgar, because even like the all the different parts where like her backup dancers like make her tail
Are
out
being
of like
tails.
yeah, either like they make her tail
Yeah.
out of like their arms or they do it with their legs, and the part where
Yes.
she like is like on her hands and knees and she just like shakes her butt. It's so good. It's so good.
I love it. I love it. But yeah, I'm sad for You Can't Sit With Us because I really, really liked You Can't Sit With Us.
One of the reasons I was so sad that I make myself live by my no repeat artists rule is because I loved You Can't Sit With Us so much as well. But I picked Tail because it was like, it's just so unique.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think it's one of those things that like very few people other than Sunmi could pull off.
Yeah. Agreed. All right, gang. We have one song left. We all put this song so high that it has double the points of Tail.
Wow.
Wow.
And if anybody who listens to this podcast has heard every episode since May, this will not surprise you at all that our number one choice this year is WJSN The Black Easy.
What do you even say? It's a perfect song. I'm honestly speechless. It has everything without even switching genres halfway through. It's so good, so confident. You gotta. This is a subunit, right? So like, I'm like,
Yes.
I hope they do more. Whether it's the full group or just the subunit, I hope they do more of this because holy moly, what a song!
Yeah, agreed. We've talked about this song so much already, like when
Right.
it came out, and then also like in our other end of the year episodes. But
And in our sport girl groups, and anytime we
Yeah.
had a moment to talk about it, we have, because it was so affecting to us.
yeah, absolutely, it's so good. Every stage of it, every costume, the concept of the music video, the vocals in it, it's hands down.
Yes. Yeah, I also like it, like, because there's some parts of this choreography where it's understated. Like, it's really minimal. I love that. I love that aesthetically they're doing, like, boy group adjacent stuff. They look incredible doing it. Like, it's
Yes.
so good. It's so good.
Yeah, this song and the choreography, like, I feel like you can really hear this in just listening to the song. But the choreography especially has this, like, very quiet confidence that is, like, so sure in itself of that, like, you know, like they just like know how sexy they are that they don't even have to try.
Yeah.
So the moves can be small and the moves can just be like a
Yes.
and
Exactly.
that's all they do, and you're just like enraptured.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yes. And when we both like tried to learn said dance because they made it look so easy.
so good. The
we very-
subtlety is very hard.
And a lot of those really subtle moves are like not on any kind of beat that you can hear. Like, so you really do just have to like feel it. You have to like
Wow.
be that easy to pull it off. And like,
Right.
oh my God, they pulled it off so well. Like
Yeah, they
even
did.
when Bona had like wet hair, I like can never stand a wet hair look, but like Shiva looked good with the wet hair.
I thought that too with Sunmi. Sunmi has wet hair in her studio tune performance and did it a lot on the stages. And that's not usually a look I like, but it worked. It worked on her in Tail, and it worked on who was it? Bona?
Yes, I think.
Yeah.
Was the one who had wet hair. And then
Eshy with her
had
carabiner ponytail.
But they looked so cool.
Yeah.
And I loved it. And it was so great. I'm so glad that we all agreed and that this ended up so high because, yeah, it feels like the thing I'll remember the most about this year, maybe in a year that was like so overwhelming of things. But woof, loved that. WJSN the Black.
Perfect choice.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, we did it.
Worth the
guys.
struggles in the end.
Oh man, wait! I just realized none of IU's songs made it here, which is okay. I just
No.
gotta say,
No,
I'm
please.
surprised.
she did a lot of great work this year. Like maybe it's like my bias of like just falling in love with the Palette album. I felt like lyrically, like it just wasn't as complex as it usually is, and I think that's maybe because I hold IU to such a high standard. But Lilac is really great. Coin is really great. Yeah. Shout out to IU, who's still one of my favorite artists.
No, totally agree. I talked about it in the awards episode, I think, or in B-sides, but the whole Lilac Celebrity album, whatever that album was called,
Yeah.
was so good. Every single song, even the ballads, even the like, she got Dean to come out and sing a song. No one can get Dean to come out and sing a song anymore. That's great. And like so many music videos and so many cute high-waisted pants and little choreo from IU, and I love when she does that.
Yes. Yeah.
How'd you feel about Strawberry Moon? Did you have any feelings about Strawberry Moon?
Oh man, Strawberry Moon is a song I think I listened to like once, and I was like, "Oh, this probably isn't for me," and then I just never listened to it again. What are your thoughts on?
No,
Yeah.
that's what I figured. I remember the day it came out. I like watched it and like I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch this, and I hope it's good so I can text Yusong about it. And then I started it, and I was like, oh, he won't like this. This is not the IU he likes.
Yeah.
But that's the crazy and fun thing about IU is that she
Yes.
makes so much different music that people like IU for different reasons, and she makes that music for everyone.
It's almost a curse that she has to cater to such a wide audience. You know?
Yeah, because she's like the most famous person,
Yeah,
so
'cause-
she's
'cause-
the singer.
It should just be me. And yeah, I don't think that's unfair at all. So
Totally. Wow. Well, that was very intense. And like we said, we'll make a playlist of just these 15 and then the playlist of like all
The full
30 or
unabridged.
whatever of our choices. Because there's a bunch of stuff in here I'm sad did not make it.
Of course.
Obviously. But we will be right back with a random game. All right, we are back. And the random game knew we were tired from a long year, so it gave us a super easy assignment of a rookie group, a brand new one, Purple Kiss.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm a little bummed that we won't get to watch Zombie just because like we just talked about it, but it's okay because I really liked their debut. This is a 7-member group. They from RBW. They officially debuted in March 15th, 2021 with the EP Into Violet, although they released two pre-debut singles in 2020. And we talked about them in our Support Girl Groups episode. We've mentioned them a couple times. Yeah. They're considered self-producing. The members are involved in songwriting, choreography, and other aspects of their music and showmanship. Anything else we want to say about Purple Kiss?
Here's a question for any Purple Kiss fans out there, because I've been curious. I've noticed that all of their songs say the phrase "Purple Kiss on Bloody Top." Why? I just want to know why. And we're wondering if they mean it like British cursing bloody, like on bloody top,
fucking top,
or if they're like on some kind of bloody, like blood,
Yes.
because they're scary. Like I don't know what it is.
And because both of their lead singles, like Ponsona, somebody told us that Ponsona means poison. And then the music video is very witchy. And then Zombie is obviously about zombies. So like, yeah, are we bloody or are we bloody? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just want to know. I'm just curious. That's all.
Just curious.
But yeah, I'm excited to see what more comes from Purple Kiss. I think they're cool. And yeah, let's watch their debut music video together.
Let's do it.
If you
All
would
right.
like to watch along with us, press play when Angelica says go, because she's controlling the play right now.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
On the top, they said that part. Purple on the cop. No bloody that time, but
They definitely say it later, though.
I know. Oh, does she have like nails? Like very long root
Probably.
nails?
I don't know how you both are able to talk. Like I'm like, you know, when you're sitting at a restaurant and there's a TV playing something and you just can't focus on anything but the TV.
We're pros at this talking over music videos thing. We do it. We've done it almost 300 times. Or
That's true.
200 times.
Plus, I have seen this music video a lot of times. I really, really loved this release. The choreography is so cool.
Yeah.
And they're so witchy and spooky. And I love the super chonky dye jobs of Dosi is the one with the short hair. And I can't remember the name of the girl with the chonky red and blonde, but I like it too.
Yeah, visually this is awesome. Whoever was in charge of the outfits did an incredible job.
Yeah, they did. I love her like chainmail top.
Oh my god, they're so scary
Yeah.
and cool.
My favorite is the dance breakdown where they like do this crazy head.
Oh man, she's going off in that water.
She's the scariest one, I think. I believe Dosi is the main dancer. The one with the short hair going off in the water.
Okay.
Who is the scariest,
It would make
in my
sense.
opinion.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, Lynn, did you see that man? I feel like
Yeah.
I've never noticed him before in the background.
I'm watching this and I'm like, I can't believe you can train and get the skills to be this confident on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, this can be taught.
Yeah.
Oh no, she has
She's my
arrows
favorite.
in her
Yeah,
back.
she had arrows.
Oh, that
The one with
man.
that man.
The rap first.
raspy rap.
The blonde rapper.
Dark-haired rapper.
The dark-haired one. This part. I love this part. It's so spooky.
It's pretty spooky.
Flash warning. On Bloody Top.
Okay, they said it.
This!
Oh, that was really cool. Ah, they did a evil spell.
Now they're singing on Bloody Top.
Okay.
And they're
and
real
there's
blood. It's real blood this time. I love that witches is like now a girl group concept.
I
Like,
know,
when we
it's
first did
great.
our concepts episode and we were like, girls can be fairy idols or they
Or
can be
sexy.
sexy. And sometimes, like, I don't even know if we talked about girl crush in that episode.
No, because
But now they can be witches.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Great stuff.
Lovely. Purple Kiss.
Really excited for Purple Kiss in the future. They're
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
Me too. Yeah, they make cool music.
All right. It is weekly recommendation time, and last week, because we were doing so many B-sides and whatever, and I had nothing to say, but time has passed and I do have something I must talk about because something happened between
Please.
recording this and now, which is that Armino put a second song out. He has 2 songs now.
It's true. It's true. He did.
It's
and he
called
does.
Heartbreak, and it's so good.
It is wonderful.
And it absolutely like fits in really nicely with all the other Shiny solo stuff that's happened this year. Like they're all doing this like vibey synthy retro thing, and it's
Wait,
cool.
Heartbreak is a great song. Lo-fi beats to just look, contemplative to. It's so
Yes.
good. It's really good. I like it a lot. I voted for it, I think.
Yes, you did. You had it on your. I saw that you voted for it, Yusong, and I was like, oh, I didn't put it on my list because it came out so late.
Because we like decided that the dreaming was the
Kai-
last
yeah,
thing
the dreaming was
we
the
can't do
cutoff.
anymore.
I understand.
But I would like, because he's my favorite person in the whole world, and funnily enough, we like just did an episode all about him and said he only had one song for now, and then he immediately announced that he was actually going to put out a new song like as soon as we were done with that episode, as is what happens.
As always.
And also, my trendy boy Right on Trend put out a Matrix themed video the day that Matrix dropped, so like, I mean, get
That's
that
true. It is
SEO
Matrix
working.
themed. My only disappointment with the music video, and I like feel bad even saying that it's a disappointment because the song is so good and he sounds wonderful in it. But he said that he had been preparing choreo, and there is not one lick of choreography in the music video, and it sounds like a song that would have really cool, subtle choreography to it, and we have not seen hide nor hair of this.
Yeah,
choreo.
and I unfortunately was in the middle of driving across the country the night of his Beyond Live, so I didn't watch the concert, so I don't know what he did
Yeah, me either.
during that song at the concert. But he did, another recommendation, he did do Area from the Atlantis repack by himself, like re-recorded just Mino vocals and did choreo, and they did put up the whole dance practice on YouTube. After years of no Shiny dance practices, we finally got one from Mino.
Yeah,
so
on the Shiny YouTube channel, the Area dance practice,
and it's
great.
so good. It's like
so
I could have never imagined choreography for that song, but like it works. It's like so
It does.
perfect.
Mm-hmm.
That little hands in pockets like hip shake during the like most of the main chorus is really good. It's just subtle and lovely, and I love him.
So Mino, Heartbreak.
Mino Heartbreak. That's
Nice.
my recommendation. Anyone else have anything they want to tell the people about to check out that we
I just
want to
second
today?
my runner-up of Who Are You by Bam Bam featuring Solgi, because the fact that it got released so close to New Year and like in the middle of all of the like award shows and stuff make me think that it's going to get overlooked and people will not see it, and it deserves to be seen
I agree.
because it's wonderful.
What is it with Red Velvet's releasing things so late in the year, BT Dubs? But please go on, Yusong.
I don't know. No, I don't even have anything else to say because I gushed about it at the top of the episode. It's just really beautiful. Like the music video clearly had a really big budget. It's like grandiose and magical and stunning, and it's fantastic. And I feel like every time Sulgi like features on something, it's like instantly a favorite of mine. And I did not expect, of all of the GOT7s, for the solo work to blow me away. I did not expect it to be Bam Bam. Like, I really didn't. But he is doing great.
Can I maybe unfairly use this to just talk about a song that didn't make it that I'm sure has been covered extensively on this podcast? So I was listening to Ping Pong a lot and watching the music video, and I was like, man, these two are stars, like capital S stars, and it's like a rare breed, you know, like they like there's so much like they take up more space. I don't know, in every way, not physically. I just mean, you know, just
No, I
the
know what
command
you
a
mean.
lot.
They are quite small.
Yeah, they are both quite
They're both
quite
little.
small. Yeah. But I was just watching this and I was like, damn, like both of these people I think would be cool to hang out with, and I think they're really talented performers. Like, wow. Yeah.
I totally
And talk about a
agree.
song that makes you stop and be like,
Yes. Yeah.
like whatever you're doing. That part of like, play the ping pong. It's so good.
Yeah.
But the thing about them, it's interesting that you say that they like take up more space, because when I had Ping Pong last week as my favorite music video because it's such a wild music video.
Yes.
That the song is like, I think 2 minutes and 19 seconds long, if I'm not mistaken, but it feels like a 5-minute song somehow because they're just like, they are grander than a 2-minute song. So they somehow stop the space-time continuum and make time last longer somehow.
Well, and like you said about the music video, like it feels like it's longer because there's so much to see. But I think that's true even when you're just listening to the song, because there's so much to hear. And it goes like, it has, you know, the different, like, it's not a Frankenstein song, but it does have like the different pieces of it, and I feel like it goes back and forth between them, and like there's just a lot happening in it. They definitely make the most out of those 2 minutes.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, so 2022 wish for the other 2 parts of that album. We were promised 1 + 1 = 1 was one piece of them each also getting solo albums for a whole piece of album concept.
Like a
but
trilogy.
Psy hasn't done a single thing for like 6 months, or any of his artists, or not 6. Time is, but for a while, like since Ping Pong, no P Nation, nothing. What's going on, Psy, my guy?
Well, he was working on some boy group, right?
Yes.
Because there was a child in it, like an actual child.
Loud. Him and JYP had to make a boy band show called Loud.
Yes,
heard
and
about
there's
this,
like
yeah.
literally a 12-year-old in it or something.
Uh-huh.
He's very small.
He's very small, which then got everybody like all like
Mad.
and then everyone had to be like, Hyuna and Taemin were 12, and then everyone
they're
being
like,
but
"That's
that's
not a
not good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, anybody else, like, I mean, I guess this episode will come out when 2022 has already started. But like, any wishes, hopes, dreams for K-pop in 2022?
Gosh, I hope Girls on Top is good.
Yes, me too.
Like I was watching, I saw this tweet that was like, I don't know if it was a clip from something or if it was just like a compilation of a bunch of different things, but it was like basically a montage of BoA directing aespa in different things, like at photo shoots or in the music video, or like on while they're filming the music video, and like, but it was also moments of her. Oh no, it must have just been a compilation because it had moments of her at her own shoots and like changing her hair, like doing the choreography and stuff like that. And it was just like an example of like director BoA. And I think the tweet was about like, well, I have faith in Girls on Top because BoA's at the helm of it. And on the one hand, like, yes, I do believe, like, everything about it is going to be intricately, like, critiqued, and, like, it will have gone through the meticulous eyes of BoA. And in that regard, like, the performance aspect of it and the visuals, I have no doubt it will be great. But BoA's not writing the song, and I don't necessarily inherently trust the SM songwriters.
Right.
We all heard Jopping.
Right.
So we shall see.
We shall
I
see.
hope it's good.
Yeah.
I hope it's good.
To clarify, if you have not heard the news, as we hoped for 2 years ago when Super M was announced, we are getting Girl Super M. They will be called Girls on Top. We'll have BoA, Taeyeon and Hyoyeon from SNSD, Wendy and Seulgi, and 2 aespas.
I think it's Winter
and Karina.
Ning.
Oh. I don't remember. Oh no.
I know it's Winter and one of the others.
We will. I'll promise it now because it was a fun episode. We will do a Who is Girls on Top, like we did a Who is Super M.
Who is Super M. Yeah.
But anyway, I'm very excited about that because like that's what we wanted, and like yeah, I trust BoA at least, and I hope that they get. I know they won't, but I'm gonna hope they get the same treatment as Super M. I'd like to get texts from Girls on Top. I'd like Girls on Top World Tour to be the funnest time I ever have in my life. Like let's
Hell
go.
yeah! I want a VR
t-shirt.
Whatever.
I need 2 more $50 AR t-shirts.
And
for
I
Girls
want it
on
of
Top,
Seulgi.
please.
I want Seulgi to be able to pop off of my shirt.
Yeah.
That's what I want. That's what I want for 2022. I want to be able to see Girls on Top at the Forum. I have never seen BoA live. That would be
great.
Freaking crazy. That would be crazy. Yeah, and I just hope it's music that I can get behind.
Yeah. Agreed.
What I
Love
want
it.
from 2022 is for this show to do another like rap game episode. Because I could have listened to that for 4 hours. I love that, and that's my genuine wish. I know like parlor
Okay.
games are like hard to organize, so I totally get it. But I don't know. It's always a really fun to listen to.
We'll
No,
add
that's
it
a
to
good
the
request.
request.
We can definitely make that happen. And
Hell
that one in
yeah.
particular was fun and easy because we got other people to send in the
Right,
We
right,
didn't have
right.
to come up with
Mhm.
those ourselves. Ourselves.
Thank you, Patreon patrons,
Yeah.
for being
Seriously.
producers of our show.
So keep an eye out for more homework, courtesy
Yeah.
of Yusong.
Oh man, yeah.
Do you
I
have a
feel
wish
like-
or a dream for
I think I
2022?
want. I think
A
my wish will
request
be.
from the universe?
I would like an A-Pink comeback because that was the
Mhm.
only thing that was missing from 2021, and
Yeah.
they did a fan meet last night, so like they're capable of getting together, even though now and left, like it's possible. So whatever goddamn company they're under now, I just like them. They've been like A-Pink has been under 4 companies. I don't think any group has ever been under so many companies.
Yeah.
But I miss them. And I would like, and I saw some snarky Netizen article about like all the A-Pinks are going to be 30 soon. Like, isn't that gross? Shouldn't they quit?
are over.
Ay.
No, I don't like that.
Yeah.
So I think that would be my wish because I didn't get to see them at all this year.
Yeah. That's a good wish.
Thanks.
I like it.
All right. Well, we will get going now because this has been a long and exhausting process, but I hope that you enjoyed our picks. I know we sweated over making them, but I mean, what a blessing to have so much music that we have to struggle to choose between it. Isn't that nice, though?
It's true. It is nice to have such. It's a nice problem to have. That's the phrase.
Can I selfishly plug that Shannon was on my podcast and we did
I was
talk
about to ask
K-pop?
if you
You can
had
plug
anything
whatever
you
you
wanted to
want.
plug.
You can listen to my podcast Millennial Shelter. Shannon's on one of my favorite episodes about K-pop and anime and Eastern and Western culture. And I stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/YU_SONG. And thanks for having me. This is such a fun time as always.
Oh,
Thanks
of
for
course.
being here.
We truly couldn't do it without you at this point because this is the 3rd year we've done it. So sorry, as long as
Our
the show
formula is
exists,
locked in place. now.
Perfect.
stuck.
Yeah.
But anyway, if you would like to find us, we can be found online at AMA Kpop Pod on Twitter and Instagram, AMA Kpop Pod at Gmail for emails, 181 AMA Kpop 5 if you'd like to leave us a voicemail. You can send us packages or letters to P.O. Box 26096, Los Angeles, California, 90026. As mentioned before, we have a Patreon. You can join that at patreon.com/AMAKpopPod. We have lots of mostly video episodes, some fun audio commentary. We just put up a Christmas episode where we watched almost like 17 or 18 Christmas videos. It's an almost
think-
2-hour long video.
I think because of the ones that I made us watch at the end, we have 19.
19.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm telling you, if you pay $3 for Patreon, I'm giving you a ton. We promise it's a ton of content. This is not like 5 minutes of shit thrown up. We make long episodes on Patreon. So if you're
It's
into
true.
that, you can join there.
And it's a watch along, so you watch all of the music videos with us, and there's a YouTube and Spotify playlist of all of the K-pop Christmas song submissions that we received.
yeah, and they were all really good.
They were.
And yeah, that is it. Thank you for being with us for another year in K-pop. It's almost time for our 4-year anniversary, which is crazy. And we're also almost at episode 200, also crazy.
Whoa.
3
Ooh,
years
we gotta
away.
plan a 200 celebration.
I know.
3 years away from contract renegotiations, which is going to be exciting.
Yeah. Will we disband? Find out.
Yusong, do you want to plug any other place where people can find you?
Oh yeah, you can also follow me on Twitter at YUSONGL, and that's pretty much it.
Okay,
Okay.
great.
All right, y'all. Well, we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.
Jonghyun, you're our inspiration.